Hello, and welcome to another episode of the Seasonal Tokens Podcast, where Polar interviews people so you can do more investing and less gambling.
You are definitely right, but in the end, you have to do something to retain your investors. People in the standard investment world are writing letters to the shareholders to keep them as part of the company by sharing their vision, ideas for the future, goals, and things like that. So I definitely believe that retention will be also important as part of the Web3 world, right?
Of course, it's back to being consistent, planning in the long term instead of just in the short term. And of course, that's part of any marketing strategy, needs to be focused on more long-term objectives and making sure that everybody in the community are happy with the direction, or at least the majority is happy, and that you're moving forward and achieving what you set out to do.
Absolutely. Especially if you are not a project that is designed to be a pump and dump. So you're definitely right about that. So let's say that we have a person that wants to start his or her first crypto project. What you would advise him or her about the first or main steps that he or she should take in order to make its launch and project successful?
So I will take two examples, one that is more bootstrapped and one that is more with an investment. The goal is always to find a way that you can provide value to the users in some sort of a way. And here you need to have some unique value, and then you also need to be able to tell it. And you will quite quickly realize if the story that you're telling is resonating with people by starting to get, for example, organic growth or so on. If you want to start out, what I would say is the first thing is to get out some press releases or articles in the media, as well as starting building up your Discord or Telegram, as well as social media, and then seeing a little bit how it goes, as well as what does your first community members want to know. Why are they in it? Maybe you can chat with them, interview them to see why they joined you, so that you understand more why people join your community. And if you have no large budgets to go into, there's a lot of really good YouTube videos, articles, blog posts, as well as other creators that share free content. So you can Google and find some very good initial strategies. On the company side, it's important to have a long-term vision in place. But if you want to grow fast, then it will require quite some investments into PR, influencers, maybe hire a community manager, or a little bit depending on what your goals are. But if it's just one thing, get some initial community members, understand why they join your project and what they want to achieve, and then build on top of that.
So this is mainly if you are bootstrapping your project, right?
Yes.
Okay. And based on your experience, have you found one exact marketing strategy that gives the best results during all markets? Because we know that there are different marketing strategies in bull markets and bear markets. People tend to not spend much money during a bear market. Some are spending a lot during it, but with not so good results. Some say that this is the strategy to go for. So what's your opinion about that?
So a bear market also has opportunities because, for example, collaborating with an influencer, you can often get discounts of up to 50, 60, some even 80%. So there is a lot of discounts, but you need to frame it in another way. For example, even in a bear market, some strategies that we have seen working really well is building up authority through press releases, articles, as well as focusing more on building up the strategic partnerships, and maybe not focusing so much on getting new holders or getting new people to join the community, and instead focusing the marketing around building up strategic partnerships. I can see if I can say an example. So if you are a gaming company, like a GameFi business, right now it's a very hard time because the trading volumes are down. A lot of people have lost a lot of money in like Axie, Infinity, and these big projects. Then what we have seen working well in these markets is to focusing the marketing not on the actual holders, but instead of raising funds, building collaboration with gaming guilds, building collaboration with key partners that will still be there regardless of what happens right now, but getting your project ready for when we see a new inflow of new users to the market.
Okay, so you were saying that during a bear market, and I suppose that this is valid also for bull markets, it's very important to continue doing collaborations and also doing a lot of content, right?
Yes. On the content side, I can just say, for example, from my own company, we are doing as well as ever, and we are producing content, articles, releasing new things on Twitter, LinkedIn, on all platforms, also TikTok and YouTube. And we have more companies that are contacting us than like at the top of the bull market. And we also work with some companies that are doing really well in these markets. However, then we have also had some companies that went under because their business models were based around either royalties from NFT sales, which are down like 98% in a lot of cases, or they were relying on investments from investors, and the investors just pulled the funds and then they went under. So I think that you need to be very clear of what your goals are, but in these markets it's less noise and it's easier to build relationships, as well as it's easier to strengthen your current community as well, building strong supporters that are there even in the tougher times. So sometimes you have to shift your objectives a bit and say, maybe right now is not the best time to try to find a lot of new clients, but to build these strategic partnerships, as well as building up the internal community for some projects. But for some other projects, it could be a good time to invest heavily in influencers or PR, where you can get a discount on the investments that are needed in those channels.
Yeah, I absolutely agree with you. Content will always be king, even in the short term. Sometimes it can help you to reach the right audience or the right person that can push your project even in bad times like that. So I definitely stand behind your words that content will be always important. So we have been talking about content in different forms, like press releases, articles, blog posts, also about influencers. I know that you have a very interesting Web3 marketing course called Lunar Academy. So can you tell me more about it? Can people find information about the topics that we mentioned and the strategies in it?
Yes. So initially, one of the biggest challenges that we had was to educate new team members about crypto marketing, what we were doing. So we had produced a lot of content within our company. And then what we saw was that actually it was another company that started to do a Web3 marketing course, but it was a quite a basic one that we're not covering too many topics. So what we decided to do was to launch our own Web3 marketing academy that is mostly targeted at traditional marketers that wants to understand the differences to the Web3 world. And there it's all topics from influencer marketing, social media, public relations, building partnerships, community management, paid ads, and how that works in the Web3 world, because it's still a valuable channel, but there is a lot of new challenges like policies, disapproved accounts, and so on. So yeah, it's a full Web3 marketing course. We also have a lot of free content on our blog regards to marketing strategies and so on, and it's called Lunar Academy. You can follow us on Twitter and get updates and content there.
Yeah, we'll definitely put the links related to the course and its Twitter and website, official website, as part of the show notes.
Yeah.